But I can't control it.
لا, you should control it. Leah, أنت عندك volonté.
But même avec ça, j'ai pas la volonté.
Voilà, tu as la volonté. Tu as la volonté de faire beaucoup de choses.
But I think maybe it's hormonal. You don't.
لا, أنت عم بتحطي براسك.
أنت ما بتحسي حالك ناصحة قبل ما كنت تجي؟
ما فرقانة معي. اوكي ناصحة. Je m'aime, je me trouve très belle comme ça et j'ai beaucoup de succès. Je n'ai pas de complexe ni avec ta poitrine, ni ma taille, ni avec ma grandeur.
ولا مرة؟
لا, je m'accepte maman, je m'accepte, je suis bien comme je suis.
طب ليه أنا عندي هالمشكلة؟
ما بعرف. Why you have هيك كل وقت إنه you want to kill yourself for
I am
sports?
PMSing.
You start PMSing on the 25th. It's here. So don't scare me.
But we're almost at 26 though.
25th and we're not.
Yeah. 25th is her period date.
No, I get my period. You know when I get my period?
25th is her PMS.
No, you know when I get my period? On the day I travel.
On the which day?
The 30th.
Oof. 5 days PMSing?
No, sometimes it's 2 weeks.
Sometimes it's the whole month.
الله ايه. ليه يا ماما والله لازم تكبري عقلك. هلا وين الحفلة؟
بالأليانس فرنسيس.
ايه بس وين بالاوديتوريوم؟
I guess so. وين بدك
بس فتحتها برنادات.
ليه؟
سبقتها اللي فورمي.
While researching the topic of the menstrual taboo, many articles seem to refer to religion as the main cause behind it. So I decided to interview religious figures to understand the impact of religion on our current views on periods. I interviewed a rabbi, an imam, and a priest. I wanted to know how these religions define menstruation.
Menstruation is a normal procedure or process. There is no special place or role menstruation plays in our religion anymore. Although in the past, of course, influenced by Judaism and the different rules and laws which exist in the Old Testament, also in Christianity we have had in older days some restrictions in regard of menstruation or in regard of giving birth to a child, but all these regulations and rules disappeared in modern times.
Judaism does not celebrate a woman's menstrual cycle, and there's a reason for it, because it's considered very private. It's considered so private that the rabbis went a stage further in the Talmud and said that not only should there be no physical contact during her menstrual period, but to protect her privacy, other than her husband, there should be no touching at all. Now, why would they do that? And the reason they're doing that is not to embarrass the woman. If I shake hands or hug just a woman, and then all of a sudden I don't do that when I meet them because I know she's in her cycle, it brings to the forefront and it tells everybody, oh, she must be having her period. And it could cause embarrassment. And so we don't do that.
عندما أتى رجل إلى النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يسأله عن موضوع الحيض عند المرأة، فنزل قول الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن الكريم: ويسألونك عن المحيض قل هو أذى فاعتزلوا النساء في المحيض. قال العلماء: ما وصف دم المحيض كما وصف بالقرآن الكريم بالأذى؟ قالوا إنه أصعب بمعنى أشد ضرراً من الزرنيخ، من اليود، الأشياء المسببة إلى الموت المباشر، فقالوا عنه أذى. سبحان الله، أتى الإسلام لينقي هذا الأمر، أنه جعله هذا الأمر جعله في بموضع النجاسة. الرجل بالنسبة للمرأة له كل شيء بالمرأة حتى في حالة الحيض، سوى أن يتجنب هذا الموضع كما ذكرنا، وله ما فوق الإزار بكامل جسد المرأة.
I never really thought of the huge impact patriarchy has on our menstruation. We, men and women have been conditioned to view the menstrual cycle as something dirty, and we have internalized that. I'm not religious. I might have been baptized as a child, but we never really practiced our faith. But actually, listening to these men, I realized that this is beyond practice or faith or spoken words. I understand why women today have a hard time accepting this vision. I myself am appalled by the idea that men have dictated for years and still dictate how I deal with my body. So I decided to delve into an alternative world, and I was amazed to meet women who were rebelling against patriarchal capitalistic principles and creating their own connection and writing their own stories about their cycle. Women who paint with their blood, who reconnect to their feminine figures through movement, women who paint their womb, women who give back their blood to the earth, women who write to their blood. I even participated in some of the workshops and wrote a poem to my periods. I learned new ways to look at my cycle. And this one says, "Come with peace, love, and wisdom. Come and help me release what I no longer need in my life." I like my pad. And through this somewhat underground society, I was put in touch with Vanessa, a keeper of women's secret, who has dedicated the past 10 years of her life helping women reconnect to their cycle. I wanted to know what led her into this field.
What I found on my journey was that I was in extreme pain. I had endometriosis, and they wanted to remove my womb, or a partial hysterectomy. And I was faced with that, and my initial reaction was, yeah, get rid of it, hate it, ugh, and then I don't have to have it anymore. And it was only when I came home from the doctor and said to my husband, partial hysterectomy, and he was like, yeah, go for it. And I was like, what? This womb has given you 4 babies. How could you just say remove it? And so suddenly there was part of me that was defending my womb, even though just half an hour before, and I was doing exactly what he was saying, And then what happened was I literally opened a can of worms, literally by, and realized, oh my God, I hate my blood. I hate my period. I hate the inconvenience of it. And I have hated it ever since I was 13 from my first blood. And my mother, bless her, she used to call it the curse. And so the curse would visit every month. And it was a curse because I called it a curse. So immediately when I was looking for ways of healing, I changed the name from curse to moon time. Now I call it my red tent time. And now, years on, I love my period.